Hello, I'm Divya Gopalan in Kuala Lumpur with the top stories here in Al Jazeera. 8 years since the 9/11 attacks that led to the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan, a new report from a British think tank says the Taliban are regaining strength and have a permanent presence in 80% of the country. It comes after the U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi expressed doubts over possible U.S. plans to send more troops to Afghanistan. Well, Jonathan Owen is a military analyst and he says the U.S. has no clear strategy in Afghanistan.
There was no clear-cut goals laid out that allowed this strategy to drift off. And remember, we weren't going to Afghanistan, as in the United States, initially for nation building. If I understand the situation correctly, and Admiral Mike Mullen, his statements here just yesterday reaffirmed that, the idea was to go to Afghanistan to remove that sanctuary and safe haven for al-Qaeda. That was the initial push, and the idea that the Taliban, even it's interesting, as the enemy, that really wasn't part of the game initially.
The Yemeni government and rebel fighters are both claiming victory in their latest battle in the north. But the 5-year battle between the government forces and Houthi fighters has forced tens of thousands of people from their homes. Many of them are fleeing to the Saudi border. More than 200 people may now be missing, feared drowned after a boat capsized off the coast of Sierra Leone's capital, Freetown. Families of those missing have been waiting for news since the vessel, carrying mostly children, was caught in a heavy storm on Tuesday. And at least 7 people have been killed and several others wounded after violent protests broke out in Uganda's capital, Kampala. The demonstrators were angry at a government decision to ban the traditional king of Buganda from visiting a region near the capital. Now, the Buganda people make up Uganda's largest ethnic group. Lebanon's Prime Minister-designate Saad Hariri has stepped down. Hariri spent more than 10 weeks trying to form a cabinet, but his proposed lineup this week was criticized by the Hezbollah-led opposition. President Michel Sleiman will now hold talks to nominate a new prime minister. And more wet weather is expected in Turkey as the cleanup operation continues from the country's heaviest rain in 80 years. More than 30 people have died in flash floods. You can, of course, get more on our website, and you'll find that at aljazeera.net/English. Take a look.